Master Your Mindset Radio, Episode 11.
Welcome to Master Your Mindset Radio, the show where we empower you to conquer limiting beliefs and transform your world with your gifting and purpose. Now for your host, Elizabeth Nader.
Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Master Your Mindset Radio. Today's subject is your personal board of directors. And let me share with you the inspiration behind this short topic I'm sharing with you today. I was sitting in church probably 2 weeks ago, and the word that was delivered by Pastor Joe Arminio was on Nehemiah, Old Testament story about rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem. And he was making the analogy of things that Nehemiah did in our personal life. And specifically, one of those analogies was about having gatekeepers in our life, people that we could go to, people that we could use to help us stay on the straight and narrow. And it was a great word. So credit to Pastor Joe. And by the way, I'll give him a little exposure here. He has a great podcast called Speak Salt. So if you want to hear some great words and challenging things for you to live a better life, you can find Speak Salt on your podcast provider. Anyway, so as I'm listening to him, I was thinking about how this resonates so much with the way I see things. And I've always believed that you should have a personal board of directors, but I don't think people really understand what that means, why it's important, or how to do it. So that is today's topic. So let's discuss first what a board of directors is. Those of you who are steeped in business intuitively know that. Some of you more mature listeners may actually sit on a board of directors of any given business, who knows? Or you may have one if you are a CEO or an owner of your own company. But a board of directors is a really important tool that's used by business to help keep them on track and help them grow. A board of directors, really their main reason for existing is to assess the overall direction of a business, give it oversight, establish strategy, and ensure the business will do well. So when you have a business setup, you have a CEO who runs the business day to day. The CEO who runs the business is the one who has to deal with day-to-day operations, and he is really, or she is, the top dog. But then there is this layer of the board of directors in a lot of businesses that's there, and the CEO does answer to them, maybe on a quarterly basis, sometimes monthly. It depends on what's going on. But it's a group of people who are there to hold the CEO accountable. They're not there every day. They don't tell him or her what to do every day, but they are there for general strategy overview and to hold the CEO accountable, make sure that the business is thriving, and really help the leader of the business. So what are some of the things specifically they do? Mission casting, focusing on purpose for the business, planning, monitoring, mentoring, supporting, reviewing, developing, strategizing. All of these words help you see kind of what their role is in the business. And, they're expected to represent independent and diverse perspectives. So if you look at any board of directors, let's say it's 6 people or 12 people, whatever the number is, those people should represent independent and different perspectives, because that is your best board to give you the most wise decisions, the most information, the most number of unique perspectives coming from people with different backgrounds and different experiences. So a good board of directors is comprised of people with completely different bases of experience and perspectives in life. So that's how the best board is typically built. They ask tough questions of the CEO. They help identify risk for the business and for the CEO. And they are really a body to which the CEO needs to communicate every now and then, to which the CEO needs to deliver sort of state of the company messages now and then, to which the CEO needs to go when there is a crisis, when there is a crisis in a business, let's say it's a public relations crisis or some sort of competitive crisis, or the company is being sold, or whatever that looks like, when those moments happen, the board of directors gets very involved. So they're definitely there for those important moments, for moments of crisis, for moments of major decision. So I think as I'm saying all this, I'm hoping that you're seeing some of the parallels that I'm going to talk about as it comes to your personal life. And, every now and then, the role of the board of directors, and as well as the people that have been chosen to be on that board, that needs to be reviewed. Because as a company grows and changes, its need for oversight, the kind of oversight, the talents, the experience of the people that sit on the board, that needs to change often. That needs to be reviewed. And communication with the board is important. Expectations should be set appropriately, duties defined clearly. So this is all to give you a sense of what happens with a board of directors. Now, what does all of that look like? What does all of that mean when it comes to somebody's personal board of directors? And why is this important? And why am I spending so much time detailing what a board does? Well, I really believe as we go through life that we need people we are held accountable to. And that was part of the message of what Pastor Joe was saying, is that, look, you have to have people that you're willing to be transparent with, you're willing to communicate deeply with, and that you allow to speak into your life and allow to help protect you and guide you and give you constructive criticism, sort of adjust your direction when necessary, all the things that a board of directors does for a company. An individual, each of us need a personal board of directors. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be 6 people, 12 people. I mean, it's not about what the number is. It's about choosing the right people in your life of diverse experiences, of diverse backgrounds, but who fit what you need and fit the role of helping you, guiding you, protecting you when necessary, giving you input, giving you ideas, giving you a sense of direction when you don't have it. People who are able to pour into your life and speak into your life, and people that really, when you think about it, it's like a covering. People who are there to help you when you fall or keep you from tripping. So that role becomes really, really key if you, in fact, are looking to chase purpose in your life, pursue it, and experience destiny, because that's not easy to do. It's easy just to exist day to day and not reach for anything. It really is. But when you decide, I want to know why I'm here, I want to pursue my purpose, I want to experience my destiny, then now the resistance begins, and now the hard work begins, and also the thrill of doing that. But that's where you start to need covering that's bigger than you. You start to need to have people in your life who have, in some cases, been there, done that. People who can step back and give you perspective. People who are willing to take the time to mentor you, take the time to listen to you, and give you advice, input that you need. Now, just like the CEO, you're still the top dog, so to speak, in your life day to day. You're still the one who has to make those decisions and has to carry them out and execute on the decisions. You're the one who experiences what happens in your life day to day. You're the one who is the first person to experience the result of good and bad decisions. So in no way are you looking to build a personal board of directors who in some way take control of your life. That's not true at all. But I want you to think about the relationship a CEO has to the board and sort of try to emulate that. So I say to you, start thinking about your life. Who do you already use in that role? And many of us already have people in that role. Now, it's easy, I guess, to count a spouse or a parent if you want to, and there's certainly a very important role that they play. But because they have a vested interest, they're not always the best people to speak into your life and give you constructive criticism and hold you accountable. Yes, at different stages they are, especially with younger people. Parents are the first role for that. But as we grow and mature, we often need people outside of the very, very inner circle to be able to comment on our life, because they get a perspective that people too close to us often don't have. So yes, there is the inner circle, and we don't want to discount the importance of a spouse. God gives us spouses often that are there, to balance us and to give us constructive criticism and to help guide us. But I want you to look sort of beyond that really tight inner circle and think about maybe a handful, maybe two, maybe three. Maybe you can only come up with one right now, and that's okay. People that you trust, that you look at as gatekeepers, that you look at as your personal board of directors, people who are willing to tell you the truth, people that you are willing to be honest with. That's where it starts, really, is that you're willing to be transparent. And this is a trust factor. You can't trust everybody. Of course, we all know that. You have to be very careful about who you ask to be on your personal board of directors, who you go to, who you are willing to tell the truth to, or willing to be transparent with, because in no way should you just do that with anyone. You can definitely get hurt. But if you are intentional about this, God will put people in your life that can fill this role. Now, they may not fill that role forever. They may be there for a season or a specific reason, but he will give them to you if you ask for it and you open your eyes and you're willing to share. A lot of times we get hurt when we share and somebody doesn't reciprocate, or somebody misuses our trust in them, or tells people our business. And that can hurt. And a lot of times that will make us shut down and not want to share with people. But it's not a good way to live. It's not a good way to grow. You need a few people in your life that you're willing to do that with, because that's how you learn and that's how you grow. And that's how doors get open and things happen that are amazing when it comes to pursuing your purpose. So right now, as you're thinking about this and listening to my words, if you are able to write down, or just in your mind, put down those people that may fill that role for you. Now, some of them you may go to formally and say, hey, listen, I need you to be this person. Can we meet once every month or once every 3 months? Can we talk about this specific thing in my life? Can you help me strategize and solve this problem, or help me lay out a plan for the next year of my life? People are very honored when you ask that. When you ask the right person who has the ability to serve on your personal board of directors, if you will, who has the desire, who has it in them to help, when you ask the right person, trust me, they will be so honored to do so. And as long as you are not abusive of that relationship and their time, and that you're respectful of that, and you don't overuse their involvement in your life, and you don't develop any kind of strange codependent relationship, or you're not looking for them to fix things, if you're respectful of that relationship and you treat it correctly, you would be amazed what other people can do to deposit into your life, the wisdom that they can provide you with, often even connections and ideas and creative ways of solving problems. And again, it really depends on what you need right now in this season of your life and where you're looking to grow. But those people are around you if you open your eyes. Don't lean on them more than you need to. A CEO doesn't call the board of directors every day to ask them, what suit he should wear to work, or what decision he should make in a small hiring situation. I mean, there is not definitely a day-to-day oversight unless there's a serious problem with a CEO. You're not looking for someone to tell you how to live your life. That's on you. You need to figure that out. But you are looking for someone to gently guide, prod you along, for someone who will be there for you when you have a difficult time making a decision, or you can't see the strategy that you need to develop in your life. So this goes out to those of you looking to reach for more. And I urge you to develop that board. When you look in my book, Master Your Mindset the Master's Way, I talk about this just really quickly in the chapter called Understanding Influence. And what I say is this: we are not made to go it alone in life. In pursuit of our purpose, we need the right people around us to stretch, support, guide, and cheer us on. Who is your counsel? Choose wisely, but be accountable to someone. Proverbs 15:22 says, plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. In business, there are boards of advisors for good reason. Guidance for the company growth and operations is necessary from those who have a different view and ability to see the big picture. Leaders know they do not have all the answers, and business benefits greatly from trusted counsel. So that's from my book, and it's encouragement to tell you that it is a good thing for you to have trusted counsel. It is a good thing for you to seek those people out in your life and to use them correctly. And you know what? You also need to be that in someone else's life. So to the degree that you receive from someone is to the degree that you want to give back to someone as well. So as you go through this process of mentoring and being mentored, know that you will have the opportunity also to speak into someone else's life with your specific experience, your specific wisdom. And that is ultimately how we help each other on the path to purpose and on the path to experiencing our destiny. So this week, think about who is your personal board of directors. If you have them already, thank them. If you have them already, spend some time, if not saying this to them, but at least in your mind, identifying what part of your life they speak into, what aspect of your life you share with them. Is it your business? Is it personal relationships? Is it your job? Is it your spiritual side? Is it the physical side? What is it about your life that that person speaks into and helps you with? And if you don't have those people yet, begin to strategize and ask God to show them to you. Begin to think about who in your life that you trust, who in your life you think for this season anyway, for where you are now, would be able to help you out. And go to them and ask them if they would invest a little bit of time, invest a little bit of their knowledge, wisdom, and expertise into your life as you run after your purpose. Make sure always, however, that you respect them, you respect the appropriate boundaries that should be set between you, that you don't take advantage of anyone who is willing to play that role in your life, and that you give back as well. And that is an important piece of all of this. So, guys, have a great week. Visit me on social media, on the Facebook group. There's a link that will be given to you here at the end of the podcast to join that private group. Find me on Twitter, on Instagram. Definitely, if you haven't gotten the book yet, get it. Master Your Mindset the Master's Way. It's life-changing. It's on Amazon. And if you have read it, which many of you have, please leave me a review because that is so helpful for other people to see how the book has changed your life. And I love to hear the stories. They're starting to come in of how people have been able to change things in their life by conquering those limiting beliefs, which is helping them find purpose. And all of that is just so exciting to hear. So thank you for your time, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Thank you for listening to Master Your Mindset Radio. Before you go, if you want to be part of a free online community of like-minded individuals for support, resources, and inspiration as you conquer your limiting beliefs and pursue your purpose, go to elizabethnader.com/community. That's elizabethnader.com/community, or search for Master Your Mindset Academy private group on Facebook. Looking forward to seeing you online.